This is a model 2400 air gun from the Crosman Custom Shop. Now this was a CO2 gun. It's 22 caliber bolt action, and it originally took CO2 powerlets like this, and still does in fact if I remove this thing, which I'm about to tell you about. But this right here is the end of the air tube on it, and from the factory the way it works is you put a powerlet down inside the tube facing down with the nozzle facing down, and it has this cap that screws on, and it's got, as you can see, a spacer on it because the tube is longer than it needs to be. On the 2240 version, the tube is just long enough, so it doesn't have to have the spacer. On the 2250, which is no longer produced, but Crosman Custom Shop produces basically the 2250 as the 2400, and you can specify from several options. Also, you get free engraving and laser engraving, which I put www.possumliving.com for my webpage on the side of mine, since the engraving is free. You don't have to get the engraving, but I figured I might as well. So anyway, the 2260, which is the rifle version, has an even longer tube. It still only takes one CO2 cartridge, but it has a longer spacer in the cap to take up the extra space. So it's a good gun as a powerlet fed CO2, but I bought this device, which is called a HiPac, and all it is, it's got a reduced section that fits inside the tube and has a nipple on the end, just like a powerlet, so it seals to the same valve. And then it's got threads here so that it screws in place of the original cap. And then it's got this larger diameter section sticking out the end for more air capacity, air or CO2. And it's got a male Foster quick detach fitting with a valve in it, one-way check valve. So you can either bulk fill it with CO2 from a CO2 tank, bulk fill it with high pressure air or with nitrogen or whatever, up to a maximum of 3000 psi. But I found that they work best at below 2500. So you can pump it up and with just air. And I have in fact, here it is, I have a Hill air pump that I had previously bought to fill my 2260 that I converted to a HiPac setup. So I'm using it with this too, and I can't unscrew this right now since it's pressurized to 1800 psi, which is what I start at with this one. I haven't modified the valve or anything like that like I did with the 2260, but today I'm going to test I'm going to run a string for chronograph numbers and see what kind of velocity I'm getting from it. I've already been shooting it, and I've found that I can get about 15 shots before the power starts dropping off. So I'm going to run a chrono test since it's cloudy outside, and that makes the chronograph happy. So we'll see how it does. Starting fill pressure is 1900 psi, not 1800 as originally stated. That should work just fine though to establish a baseline. Shot 1. 659. Shot 2. 653. Shot 3. 645. Looks like I need to go with a higher start pressure since the velocity is dropping for each shot, because I don't want to put a hammer spring adjuster in it. Shot 4, 633. Shot 5, 628. Shot 6, 612. Shot 7. 600, 599.9.